Yeah, Luke was over there like, they didn't show me enough campaign footage, and I'm not
I
interested in
wasn't
multiplayer.
The more I think about it, I think I actually really agree with you, Brett.
What is it?
On what I hope you're about to
No,
say.
you tell me.
IP is king.
Yeah. Oh.
IP is king.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. All the grenades. You got heat wave and camo probably.
No, I used camo. I used
Tyler, that's strong.
What?
It's good. I hadn't taken a test. I hadn't taken a test sip yet. Trailer roundup. And Luke's gonna play with more cars.
Vroom vroom.
The shot of the creepy old lady during the elevator bit got me very excited.
Dude, Mitchell's vs. the Machines is awesome. And I'm like, what even is this movie? How have I not heard about this?
I also want to give a shout out this week to my wife, who got me this awesome A24 book.
Make it rated R and release it on Hulu.
The next announcement.
Do it, you cowards! Does Luke
not
want to burn the books? That's the real question.
I'm not anti-book, but it's really hard for me to read books.
Dude, part
You
one.
can't ask me to change my expectations moments before the movie begins.
We do it for every movie. We say,
yeah.
what if it sucks?
from 74 to 170.
Dude, I
was like,
a 170
whoa.
heart rate is not good for you.
That's pretty high.
That's
When you're not exercising and your heart rate's that high, that's bad.
Oh,
But,
what's up, fanboys and fangirls? We promise that you will not get a 170 heart rate
During this episode.
I might.
Luke might, but that's just...
I have a pretty high heart rate already, and I don't exercise, so it gets it even higher. I got up to 140 during the Super Bowl, I think.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty high.
I was up there. I think I was at 130 during moments of the Super Bowl.
I was at 85.
Your skin wasn't in the game, brother.
It was not.
Oh, man. All right. Well, yeah.
Nor would your
welcome
wallet.
back to another episode of the
I
What
had
the
a couple
Fanboy
bets, but I
Show.
hit 'em.
This week, Tyler and I are going to be reviewing MaXXXine. Luke and I both saw some other movies. Tyler, did you watch any other movies this week?
Did you watch Axel F?
No.
No.
Oh, you saw Despicable
I saw
Me.
Despicable Me 4.
No.
So
I don't think so.
Okay, well, Tyler may have other things to talk about. He reads books and
I read books and the college football
all
news
sorts of
cycles
stuff.
full go, so I got stuff to talk about.
There's
there.
one movie I'm really excited to review, guys.
What's that?
Just have to wait and find out.
I know
Little
it.
tease.
I
for the
know it
end.
because I looked at your
You looked at my letterbox.
letterbox.
Oh, everything is right in the world.
It's so good. Well, before we hop into our main topic, let's start out talking about some trailers. We got some new trailers out this week.
We
Luke?
We did.
You have the list?
We got the official Blumhouse, the story of Blumhouse movie.
Story of Blumhouse.
No, it's called Afraid. I made the joke. It's the horror version of the Disney original Smart House.
Smart House. Yeah.
I don't think it looks very good.
It looks like the ultimate Blumhouse movie.
Yeah, it feels
Which,
like...
if you love that, you'll probably be interested. If you don't love
Right.
that, you'll be like, alright, whatever.
This is one of those where it's kind of like a sideways thumb for me because Blumhouse are pretty hit or miss. I'm either super, not super. I'm either that was disappointing, or that was pretty good. I've never been like, wow, Blumhouse. Maybe not never. Never is a strong word. Very rarely. I can't think of a time where I've been like, wow, Blumhouse blew
There's
my
two
socks off
movies
there.
that come to mind. Split's one of them.
Split's
Out.
pretty good. Split's up there.
Upgrade
was also a Blumhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. Go.
was a good movie.
go
Isn't
them.
Get Out a Blumhouse?
It is. No.
Oh,
Get Out was.
Lionsgate?
No, I want to say it was.
It's not A24. In any case, This feels like a very, hey, AI is on our
Oh,
minds.
it was Get Out.
It was Blumhouse? All
yeah.
right.
Get on my level, boys.
Good job.
I guess
Luke.
I'm the only one that likes that movie.
He's a true fan here. Anyways, I think this looks fine.
I just felt like it was doing too much. Just even in the trailer.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the AI is a threat, and it's like, do you want to meet my friends? And they're getting invaded by people. It's like, okay, maybe there's something else there, but there's a lot going on in this.
Yeah.
Do you want to see what I look like? No, thank you.
I think the thing that stood out to me in it is Harold from Harold and Kumar. Can't think of his name. John something.
Joe?
Yeah, John Cho. Every movie he's in lately has been something tech related. Whether it's laptop webcams, smart houses, like I just feel like everything he's doing is tech horror.
Does he
And
have
it's
like
really
a
weird.
Does he have a first look deal with Blumhouse?
Maybe. He's done like 3 or 4 of these tech horror kind of movies lately. So I guess if you find your niche, you live in it for a while. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Sometimes you just live in a niche.
I'll give it a sideways pointing down. I don't think the movie. I won't watch this probably.
Sure.
But
Yeah. Not one that's screaming, I go to the theater for this.
no.
So, what's up next?
1992.
Yeah.
Stars
Snoop-
Tyrese Gibson,
Snoop Dogg produced.
Yeah,
Yeah,
baby.
Scott Eastwood.
Death Row Films.
Ray Liotta.
R.I.P.
Yep.
I'll thumbs up this.
Same.
Actually,
I will too. This surprised me. I think this looks good.
I am pretty interested.
I think it has. First off, I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I didn't watch this and be like, that's Tyrese from
Yeah.
the Fast and Furious, right? Like,
We hungry.
this looks like he's working. He's getting that bread. And a good cast around him. It looks like an interesting story. Always fascinating when movies kind of take a real world scenario and kind of wrap themselves in it. This takes place in 1992 during the
Good year.
Rodney King, after the Rodney King decision, and the kind of the interesting fact here, just because I am not the person to speak to this, the film and the description talks about the Los Angeles uprisings, very commonly known before this as the riots, LA riots. I just think it's interesting, that distinction. And if I say riots, please don't get mad at me. That's just what I grew up knowing them as. That scenario. But yeah, big thumbs up here.
Looks good.
What's next?
Next, we finally got our first look at F1. Brad Pitt's F1 movie.
What a title.
I love it. I love the title.
If you say it phonetically, it's phone.
It's ballsy. Ballsy enough to go with a title like that. I
And
love
it's
it.
the official like F1 logo too,
Yeah.
which is like, all right.
Is there real F1 drivers in it, like playing themselves? Do you know?
I don't know, but Brad Pitt playing one feels odd choice wise.
It feels a little odd. I think it looks gorgeous.
I really liked this trailer.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
I
think
thought it
looks
was. I
good.
thought it was cool how it's just like him delivering a line, and then it's just like,
car.
and then a line.
Definitely feels like they took notes on sound design from, I don't know, something like Ford v Ferrari, right? Like
Yeah.
it feels, even just in a trailer watching on a laptop, it feels good. Like the sound feels good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I like this trailer. I'm very interested. I think it's Apple and Warner.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I do think Brad Pitt is an interesting choice.
Yeah.
It's hard to go into a movie and not see Brad Pitt.
Well, and like also, I thought he would be, a team manager or something of that sort, and he's the driver. And I was
Yeah,
like,
not
oh,
the driver.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. It's fine. Again, Brad Pitt's a good enough actor; he'll pull it off, and it'll be no big deal.
Yeah.
I just think it's an interesting choice.
Sure.
So,
And I think it was announced yesterday or today. Hans Zimmer's doing the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that this morning.
That's always a win.
Don't we keep talking about how Hans Zimmer ought to like take a break or retire, and then we see him do like
You get announced and you're like, yeah,
yes, let's go.
Hey, take a break, but also keep doing cool things.
I think he for the most part keeps proving us wrong. Like he can do new things if he's given the right property in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
The right freedoms.
The right freedoms. I don't know if it's freedom or direction or what, but like sometimes I feel like he gets chosen because like, okay, this is the box, play in the box.
Yeah.
And then when the perception purely here, but like, hey,
Perception is reality.
here's a canvas, paint on it. Okay. Ooh. Amazing.
I'm excited to hear what he cooks up for this, for
Same.
sure.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm excited for the movie, too. Thumbs up here.
Thumbs up.
And then the last trailer I have was we got the first trailer for Agatha All Along. Disney Plus spin-off of a Disney Plus spin-off of a MCU character.
Yeah.
So, listen, I'm going to be honest. I think there are parts of this that actually look really cool.
Agreed.
And then it does an MCU moment and it just goes, you were so close.
It feels like a weird mashup between, I don't know, something super serious and cool and Disney Channel original series.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, I get this is Disney Plus and you're programming this probably for not a young age, but a
The MCU audience.
Yeah, it's like a 13 and above, right? So like you gotta kind of cater to your younger audience at some point, but it does feel like it's multiple properties. Maybe they'll play with that. I don't in an
Some of the-
interesting way. I don't know.
Some of the creature shots and the horror stuff that they do is so interesting.
Yeah,
And then it's Agatha and the dude just going in the poorly lit, boring soundstage room. It's like, okay, seen that, get it.
I think, I'm interested in this, but I can't help but feel like those moments is them just winking at me through the camera.
yeah.
Like, hey, we're the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
It can't just be this, right? Like, they have to tie it back. And obviously it's a spinoff, so you have to. But
Is this the
they're just so
first-
scared to go all in on the ideas they have. It's like they're like, we got this cool idea. It's exactly what you're saying. Cool idea. We're not gonna lean into it, though.
Is this the first property under the Marvel Television? When did they split the?
No idea.
Has it always been that way? Yeah, surely it hasn't always been that way. Didn't they made Feige made like an announcement that was like, hey, the MCU television stuff is it's still a part of the MCU, but we're gonna make it so it's not required viewing, basically. And I feel like this is the first property that's really been under that kind of banner.
I would put my money on it not mattering.
Oh, for sure.
It's probably it is
I just
a
think you
different
have the
brand,
opportunity. You have the opportunity, like you said, to have more fun when it's not just so shackled to the MCU.
Yep.
But you're right; it's a spinoff of a spinoff, and Marvel loves. And I can't speak to She-Hulk because I didn't watch it, but I remember hearing about She-Hulk being very tongue-in-cheek and fourth wall breaking, and that's how she is in the comics, so it's not a big deal. But, hey, yeah, remember MCU?
Yeah. It's like if they ever try to get out and do something unique or different than everything else before it, they just have to take a second to say, hey, no, don't forget, we are a part of this thing over here, this machine, this, this factory that pumps out movies all the time. We're a part of that.
Yeah.
But also we want to do something a little different. And it can never quite go all one way or the other.
They haven't really reached their full potential. Loki's maybe the closest thing they've gotten to reaching that potential of what the MCU televisions, the Marvel television stuff could be outside of the MCU. And even that's tied in pretty tight with the MCU. That said, I like that this is releasing in October around Halloween.
Yep.
I think that's a great time frame for it, and I will be checking it out. I don't know if I'll get into it, but it's one that I think Steph will probably enjoy, and so we can sit down and make it our weekly watch thing after. Because Rings of Power might be done by then.
When is Rings of Power starting?
End of August.
Oh, that's so close. It feels so far away, but it's really not.
I'm very happy, man, right now. I'm getting House of the Dragon. And then, like, rolls right into Rings of Power, and I don't have to watch them both, like, in the same week. I get to enjoy one, enjoy the other one, and then who knows what's next.
Yeah,
Agatha all along.
Agatha all along. Maybe I'll find it. It'll be my new favorite.
This starts September 18th, I thought, though. So they'll run.
You're true.
alongside.
They will run a little bit over, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, they will. But that's okay. They're not the same thing.
No.
They're not both a high fantasy.
No.
With magical creatures and
It's the woods.
the woods.
Magic.
Magic. There's magic. It's true.
There's a little bit of magic in Game of Thrones. They like to
Yeah.
bring it up every once in a while and be like, "Oh, it's magic." Now we're gonna take it away.
Sprinkle it. Sprinkle.
Now we're not gonna reference it for 3 seasons. Oh, here's
So,
some
yeah.
magic.
Hey,
It's
that's
an
not
easy
bad.
way to get out of like plot holes. So you're like, shoot, how do we get out of this? Magic. There's a witch.
There's a witch. Hey,
There's a witch.
guys, this week we were mostly positive on our trailers. I feel like
Yeah.
that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I like when they announce movies and we're at least a little bit excited for them.
Yeah.
You want me to bring the negativity so we can balance the scales?
No,
Or
I don't need to do that.
Okay.
Not today.
I can talk about the Acolyte.
I know you could. We don't need to.
I'll have some negativity later too.
Okay, cool.
Did you watch the Acolyte?
No, I played the hot new looter shooter.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you
the
did.
First Descendant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we get to the first descendant or other
A
things
game
we did this week,
Never mind. I'll make the joke later.
Tyler and I went to go see MaXXXine.
This was a good experience.
This was fun.
Let's roll with the positivity.
We got to go Wednesday night. It was the early showing.
Yeah, we got early access.
Early
baby.
access.
Look at you.
We fancy.
The third film in Ty West's kind of little, I don't know what
It's like a little horror trilogy.
horror trilogy it
Ish.
is. It's
Little
slightly-
Tridge.
I think the middle of it is horror. The beginning and end of it are not really.
Well, and I can't speak for Pearl. So it's X, Pearl, and MaXXXine.
Yeah.
X is definitely a horror slasher.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't. You've kind of talked about Pearl as being maybe a little more psychological.
Yeah, a little more psychological,
and scary,
character
but not
study.
horror.
Not in like the traditional horror
Yeah,
sense.
and MaXXXine is, I don't think fits that traditional horror sense either. It has a few moments.
Does MaXXXine fit more of like a pulp genre?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say it's
I was
like
gonna say, I think it's a pulp
a
film.
pulp detective
Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Really is kind of what it is. I had a lot of fun, but I'm curious what your thoughts were.
Yeah, I really liked it. I think it's a great kind of capstone on a really great trilogy. There's not many like horror-esque trilogies like this. Like this is very different.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the multiple through lines throughout all three. What does it take to be a star? What happens when you don't become a star? And kind of like the story of this weird little micro story about Hollywood.
Yeah.
That kind of goes through all three.
Hollywood.
I think this trilogy, I'm not reviewing the trilogy, sorry. This movie, you get some incredible performances. I would love to see Mia Goth move into some drama stuff because I think she's got the chops to hear her name potentially called in award season. She's really great.
Yeah.
But I have to finish my little preview review with Kevin Bacon absolutely stealing this movie in all the right ways. And if you love Kevin Bacon, at least tune in for his performance because it's really good.
Yeah, agreed. I think the performances and atmosphere is where this movie really shines.
Oh, yeah.
I think it does.
There's a couple unresolved
I
things
think
with that in
it
Yeah.
stumbles along in what it's trying to in getting us to the resolution that it gets us to.
Yeah.
It sometimes stumbles a little bit over itself. At the same time, it's just pulpy.
Yeah.
And if you're a fan of pulp, I don't know how you can watch this and just not have fun with some of the ridiculousness, especially in the third act. Like, I can understand how some people may be like, oh, this feels like a somewhat different movie, or like
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to, but I think the turn they take with it and where they end up was pretty satisfying to me.
Yeah, I think it wraps it up well. I think the biggest kind of stumble for the movie in terms of story is just trying to tie it so tightly to X.
Yeah.
And I understand why they go that route, especially with their choice of antagonist and things like that. But I think that if they had just been like, hey, she gets here and this is happening, not, hey, she gets here and this is happening, but it's also tied to this thing that happened over here.
Yeah.
I think if you just remove one of those variables, I think the story comes out just a little bit cleaner.
It could be a little tighter,
Yeah.
a little, yeah.
Yeah, I think it just comes out a little bit cleaner. But all that to say, like, I don't think it hurts it bad enough to make me go, I don't like it.
No.
I'll be purchasing this one. This is one that I'll put on my shelf for sure. One of the things, too, that we haven't mentioned yet, this movie is so stylized, and it's so cool.
Yeah.
Ty West is now on my list of filmmakers that, like, I'll pay attention to what he's doing next. I think, he made 3 movies for, what was the budget you said?
I think it's around.
rumored.
I think it rumored. So IMDb had 2 million. I saw somewhere else it was maybe 4 million for all 3.
Either way.
Either way.
He made 3 movies for $4 million, and all 3 of them are good. So I'll be very curious to see what he does next. He currently has nothing upcoming.
Yeah.
But his style, his flair in all 3 of these movies, you can kind of see it. And so I'm very curious to see where he goes next.
Yeah. I also found the soundtrack really engaging. I thought it was good score. Juan Carlo Esposito.
Yeah.
is
He's
in
so
this.
fun.
He's so like, again, outside of, because the main character MaXXXine is like really going through this like harrowing experience.
Yeah, like it's horrible.
But everyone around her just seems like they're having fun.
Yep.
And not like,
it's not campy.
it's not campy fun, and I don't know, to me it feels like it fits.
They're in Hollywood.
They're just in Hollywood.
Yeah. They're in Hollywood in the 80s, and they're having a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing coke. they're going to parties in the hills. Like,
I got
they're
some
just
Coke right here.
they're just doing Hollywood in the 80s things.
Yeah.
The wigs are hilarious.
Yep.
Like, Giancarlo's wig is funny. Like,
In a good way.
I think it's in a good way. I think it's funny. It's kind of goofy looking, but I always think his hair looks goofy just in general. But, the cast as a whole, incredible. Like, for the budget they have, they get Elizabeth Debicki, Kevin Bacon, Giancarlo Esposito, Mia Goth, obviously, which she's a producer on it, so of course she's there.
Halsey.
Halsey's in it, yeah. And a couple others that you would Lily Collins, I believe, plays the girl from The Puritan that is biting the apple.
I don't see her name on here, but that does not mean much.
I feel like that was her name.
That wasn't Chloe Farnsworth, maybe. Farnworth. Chloe Farnworth.
As opposed to Closeworth.
Nope, she plays Molly Bennett.
Okay. Just not on the front page here, then.
No, she's pretty far down there.
That's fine. Oh, that's who she is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty strong cast. Shout out DJ Allison Wonderland, who is also Ty West's fiance and baby daddy, I guess.
Oh.
Or
all
baby
right.
mama, I guess. So good cast, good story, looks great, music's good. I think the resolution is fine.
Yeah.
It was not the killer I expected it to be.
No. They did a good job in
They do.
So it
baiting-
wasn't Mia Goth,
baiting
is
and
what you're
switching.
That was not my expectation.
That was mine from the when I watched the first trailer.
I think the first
it's
trailer
gonna be her.
definitely leans into that,
Yeah.
but
The barn experience messed her up, so now she's the killer.
she's taking out all of her competition.
That's right, baby.
But there's a scene, and this is, I think, probably the most stylized scene, but it's the scene in the movie store with her friend.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Where
that one, I was
it's
like,
cross-cut edited.
yeah. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
there's no way they're gonna do this. Like if they'd have done that, I'd have been like, all right, you lose points for that. That's lame. And they don't, which is great, and it makes it even better. But they do kind of do it. I don't know. I just love that kind of. There's a tie between two characters in the story, and I think the way they do it is pretty cool.
Yep, agreed.
So,
Agreed. What would you give this as a recommendation on our scale?
probably the same as the other two. I'd give it fanboy worthy. I think if you're into this genre, if you like X or Pearl, I think you'll like this one.
Yeah.
What if you like both of them?
You'll definitely like this
You'll
one.
hate it.
Yeah, it's the worst.
What if you hate both of them?
Then you won't like
And you'll
this one.
love this one. It's the
If you
best
hate,
movie.
if you hate the first two, you probably should see the third one, right?
Hey, we'd hate to think too logically over here.
But
your money.
yeah, no, it's definitely the least scary of the three, I'd say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fanboy worthy for me.
It's the least scary of the two that I've watched. It's way more fun. I actually think it's maybe a little more approachable than
Oh yeah,
X. I don't know about Pearl, but in terms of like general audience, it's still definitely like it's bloody, gory. It's got language. It's got nudity. All of the things, right? But
not nearly as much nudity.
but
as
not
X,
nearly
though.
as much. And I
Well,
think
they're making a
it's-
different type of movie.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
But yeah, I think so. I think that this would be like if you've been maybe on the fence about X or Pearl, this would be maybe. It's weird jumping in at the end, I guess.
So you're telling me I should watch this one?
You should watch it. I don't know. That's where my recommendation would be. Like, if you're not interested in those kind of themes, obviously it's not for you. But if
Yeah.
otherwise, I'm with Tyler. I think this is a fanboy worthy. I think it's a good film
It's a good
that
movie.
hits what it's trying to do and does it well.
Also, Kevin Bacon just elevates it. He's so freaking funny in this movie.
Kevin Bacon's a lot of fun.
He plays like this private eye
He's a private
from
detective.
Louisiana, and he has like this nasty accent. He's kind of just gross looking. He has like silver teeth, and he talks like this, and you're like, oh, I find anything you look for. Like it's just such a different role for him, and it's so fun.
Rank 'em, Tyler.
Rank them. I will go Pearl X MaXXXine.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. But I like Pearl a lot. I think Pearl's awesome.
Clearly, I need to watch it.
I should just bring it over for you. I should have done it tonight. Can't believe I didn't.
Well, what an idiot.
It's not like we never see each other.
Yeah, I know.
Cool. All right. Well, you've heard it from us. MaXXXine is positively reviewed here.
Yep.
Go watch it. Anyways.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to the movies, boys. See you later.
And Luke is gone. All right, news. What do we got? I've got a big one.
Why don't you talk about it instead of just teasing it up?
$8 billion one.
Ooh, that's a big one.
It's not that big.
That's
That's a chump change.
Relative
Skydance
to,
is buying Paramount.
This was unexpected.
Remember when we talked about it? We're like, oh, that's gonna fall through, because they had like not reached an agreement by the
Were we thinking
Quote,
like
They didn't
deadline.
exactly buy it, though. They're like
It's-
taking over control of it.
They are,
As
yeah.
weird
That's
as that is.
that's true. I should rephrase that. They have acquired a percentage of a
A
stake,
controlling
stake
in it.
in Paramount.
Did we know Skydance was going for though?
No.
Or did we just kind of think it would be
did we
Warner
th-
or Disney or
No, Skydance-
Universal?
I feel like there was
MGM.
I feel like I remember talking about a story where Skydance's name was in there.
I don't remember.
But I thought, and maybe this could be another. It could be another group. Maybe it's Bad Robot. I don't know. Like another group there was a group that was in discussion. They had kind of like till the end of the month to make deals, and it didn't. Kind of fell through by then.
I didn't know Skydance
So.
had that kind of
I actually didn't either.
Backing.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Guessing they didn't pay cash, but
So yeah, so I guess the era of mergers continues.
They invested in amusement parks. Which I've been to a Paramount amusement park, and it's probably my favorite one.
you think Paramount would buy Skydance?
Yeah, you think it'd go the other way. Absolutely. It's so weird.
What the heck is Skydance?
Hey, I wouldn't have
It's
pegged
anything Tom Cruise is in.
Discovery.
Biggest movie.
Probably
Discovery
Mission Impossible.
buying Warner Brothers, but that happened too.
It'd be that or Top Gun, right?
Oh, it's probably some like Transformers
Mission Impossible
movie.
8.
That did
Oh,
not
no,
make.
those are production budgets.
Dead Reckoning did not make money.
Can you sort?
Yes,
Yeah,
Top Gun.
yeah.
Star Trek.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know that they produced those.
Oh, yeah. Anything. I just knew it was anything Tom Cruise was in.
Mm.
They have the money of Scientology behind them.
Geostorm.
Look, they don't make all bangers because if they did make all
Fair.
bangers, they wouldn't be in the situation where they needed to be bought.
Annihilation. Ooh. They did not make money.
The
So-
Tomorrow War.
Gonna be honest, not a very long list right here of movies,
But enough to make.
but enough.
They've not. How much? They've amassed at least $5 billion, right?
I think it's also important to remember that Paramount is like they're in the TV game as well.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like
That's like Nickelodeon and all.
Halo,
Yeah.
baby.
Oh yeah.
Star Trek has been their
Oh, yeah,
bread
well,
and butter on
that's-
TV
that's
for
a good point.
years.
Star Trek's got a lot of stuff going for it,
Except
I mean,
movies.
except movies.
They just can't get those out.
CBS is Paramount.
CBS Sports.
So like again,
Oh yeah, they had a playoff game last year.
they've
didn't they? No, that's Peacock.
diversified their portfolio to more than just blockbuster movies.
They also have the best commercial ever.
With
The
Sir,
Mountain?
Sir
Yeah.
Patrick.
Yeah, and Tua was in it, and
Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig was in
Give
it.
me the child.
Yeah. Hey Arnold. Yeah, that's a phenomenal commercial.
That's a great commercial.
more
that is.
more commercials like that. If
Yep.
Skydance bought them, that needs to continue.
Master Chief never takes off his helmet in those commercials.
He doesn't. That's a good point.
Somebody knows what they're doing.
They know what they're
Somebody
doing
cooked.
over there.
Somebody played the games. You mentioned Peacock having that game.
Mhm.
This is kind of a tangent. How many streamer only games do you think we'll get?
Hasn't it been announced? It's like
Some of them have.
it's like
Does that count Thursday Night Football? Because that's on Prime.
No.
Okay.
Because aren't those on
One
NFL
off.
Network too?
one-off games.
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think they're just on Prime.
And they also Black Friday, I think.
But I think there'll be 2 playoff games this year that are on a streamer.
The Peacock one.
And then I think somebody else will have one. Maybe Paramount. And then I would say
Paramount Plus on no.
one of the Christmas Day games will be on a streamer too, is my guess. So 3.
I'm gonna go 4.
I'll just go 5. Take the highest low bid. So if it's 6, it means I win.
Smart.
$1, Bob. $1. Can I talk about 2 stories?
Sure.
Both are cancellations and how I feel differently about both of them.
Yeah.
One show got canceled, and it hasn't not been made yet. And I think this is fantastic news, and that's the Horizon Zero Dawn show.
This is over
Or
at
maybe it was a movie. I don't know.
This is what Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah.
It was canceled, and Tyler sent it in the group chat, and my first response was good.
Dude, I think it is good. I'm with you.
I just don't know how you make that a live action anything with. And I know Netflix throws ungodly sums of money at things, but they haven't produced something that I've been like, yes, that is the
of
that is like
of that caliber.
of that
No.
caliber, right? Like, I don't know. I think there is room for stories in a show. Just make it animated. Make it an anime. I don't like. You could have so much fun with that.
Dude, okay, I need to bring this up. Have either of you been catching up with My Adventures of Superman?
No.
I've started season 2. Yes.
Season 2 is incredible.
Good.
It's been so good, and they're really leaning into the anime style.
Yeah.
It's the same studio of animation that did Voltron. So
Oh, nice.
I love the animation.
I think animation's a huge pro for it in season 1. So
Why can't Studio Mir do like more? Like all these live action shows are getting more, and it doesn't need to be Studio Mir. Like the Cybertrunk was, I think Trigger did it.
Mhm.
Like we need more of these animation and anime studios to get some of these properties.
Yep. I don't disagree.
I've said it multiple times, and I believe this wholeheartedly. And this is as a person that hasn't watched a lot of anime, but has only watched a little. You can do anything in anime.
Yeah.
There is no rules.
dude, there's a soccer anime that is like taking over the world right now.
But yeah, I'd love an anime. Or
I had a
animated show of
coworker today
Horizon.
walk up to my desk and be like, "Do you watch anime?" And I'm like, not really." He's like, "Dude, Attack on Titan. I just started it recently. It's so good." And I'm like, "Dude, anime's taking over the world. That one's about giants eating people and
Well,
stuff."
Weebs are on the rise, man.
Yeah,
Stephanie's watching My Hero Academia.
good show.
Attack on Titan is really good, though. He's right.
Yeah.
that show is crazy.
Yeah, he's loving it.
The other show that was canceled, and this sucks,
Yeah, this is a huge bummer.
is Outer Range.
Boo.
Guess I'll never know what happens. That show ended on a cliffhanger again, and nobody watched it, and I'm sad. But I'm glad I got to spend at least 2 seasons with it.
Say, I've started the second season, and
Now you're like, I don't know, I should finish it.
no, I'll finish it.
I need to watch it.
Um,
I still,
that
I'll bring it
that
up.
show is awesome.
I'll bring it
so.
up every time. I still cannot believe how we all stumbled across that show at the same time without talking about it. I just think that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
But thank you, Josh Brolin and Amazon, for at least giving me 2 seasons of that. I think that's going to go on the list of most underrated shows I've ever seen.
I wonder if is that one with the right backing another streamer might pick up.
Oh, that maybe be so awesome.
Like I feel like I could
Paramount.
I was gonna say I could see
It would
like,
fit there.
I could see Hulu picking it up.
Save Outer Range. Time to start a hashtag, boys.
We're doing it.
I don't know.
I'll take it anywhere.
Yeah.
I'll buy this. I'll get the streamer that gets it. 'Cause
I'll buy a
I
whole
love that
year. I'll
show.
buy a whole
Yeah.
year's worth. Of...
Whoa.
Hey, I'm
Easy.
sweetening the pot.
Easy.
Sweeten the pot a
We're,
little bit.
we're still on a budget over here.
Yeah, but you'd save like $52
You're balling on a budget.
Save $52 if you,
if you get the year subscription versus paying month to month.
or you can just buy 1 month. $6.
Look, I'm
Woo!
trying to sweeten the incentive for a streamer to say yes, we'll get $52 versus $6.
No, they need
Okay.
to. It can't be one show. There has to be other things, and I'm not getting a year of Paramount for one show.
Here's my question:
I'm not watching Halo. I need Halo to die.
If season 3 of Outer Range was available only via physically and costed $52, would you buy it?
Yeah.
Okay, then you've proven my point.
But then he gets
that it is
physically-
worth more than $6.
I have it physically. I can watch it whenever I want.
but you.
If I get it on a streamer, I have to
But you're
subscribe
still
for
only gonna
more than a
watch
year.
it. You're only gonna watch it twice a year at most.
I don't know. What if it turns out to be my favorite show ever?
You're not gonna have it on repeat. We don't live in that world anymore.
You know?
I was gonna say Luke watches Voltron like twice a year now, maybe 3 times.
Yeah, and Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
Like multiple times a year.
Okay.
And I do have that one on Blu-ray too.
Well, in other sad news,
Back when Netflix actually released stuff on physical.
That was a cool time.
man, back in the day,
F you, Netflix.
John Landau passed away this week at age 63. He was the Oscar-winning producer, worked with James Cameron on things like Titanic and Avatar. But yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. He produced 3 of the biggest movies ever.
Highest grossing movies ever.
How old was he?
63. And of course one of the biggest questions that has to come out of this is what does this mean because he was also a producer on Alita. He championed Alita. Do we have someone else championing Alita Battle Angel 2?
Hopefully James.
Old Jim,
And
above average
hopefully,
height James Cameron.
Who is the director? Robert Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Hopefully they can listen, just give it a smaller budget.
Yeah.
Just sacrifice the effects a little bit. It'll be okay.
It will be fine.
Make it an anime.
It already is.
Do it again.
Part 2 just leans super hard into that.
I should watch the original anime.
There you go.
I don't know where to find it. I remember looking and I couldn't find it.
Google will find it for you.
Yeah, but I don't want to pirate it.
Yeah, but they'll find where you can find it.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, any
Pirate.com.
other
Yeah, I got some
news
stuff.
stories, Tyler?
Gladiator 2 got a poster today and trailer tomorrow.
Let's go.
Dude,
Those first look images look so good.
they look pretty sweet. I'm
Hyped.
nervously optimistic.
I'm hyped.
I'm excited. I wouldn't say I'm hyped, but I'm excited.
I'm just nervous. I love Gladiator.
Dana, it was my favorite.
Hey, guess what, Tyler? If this one sucks, doesn't ruin the original. That's not how things work.
It's true. I can always go back. And I own that one.
What if it did though? Like you watched a movie, and somehow, through the story, just ruined it.
They just completely tarnish the legacy of a character you love.
It's like turns out Russell Crowe, the Gladiator, was fake. He was all a dream. It's like no.
It was all this like.
He was dead the whole time.
It was a.
He was actually touching the other gladiators in the pit.
Ooh, I wasn't gonna make that joke, but
Yikes. Turns out they're always in an animus, and it wasn't ever real.
It was all a dream.
It was an Assassin's Creed spinoff.
oh no. Have you ever read the idea he had for Gladiator 2?
No.
His original
I
idea.
feel like I've heard it, but I don't remember it.
It was like Russell Crowe is going to be reincarnated through time, fighting in wars.
Oh, I do remember.
He's going to like show up in World War
That's
II,
right.
the Revolutionary War. It was pretty much like I think it was like the X-Men Origins Wolverine, but it was always Russell Crowe's Gladiator. Kept coming back and having to fight.
Fight in another,
Dude, it sounded
another war.
so stupid.
Oh boy.
It's like this dude can't escape war.
What is this?
Hey, look, sometimes we're glad that there are as many producers on movies that say no to ideas.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Couple more things. We got. Oh shoot, I lost it. I'll just talk about the thing I know for sure. EA Sports College Football 25 had their gameplay reveal today, like where they had two people play against each other, and they had the producers there to talk about certain features and things in the game. It looks incredible. It looks better than I could have imagined, and I've made the decision today that if Penn State offers me a job in that game, I'm taking it because the presentation for their home games is insane. And I cannot believe it is a real thing. And the other thing I had, Resident Evil 9 is officially in development with the game director from Resident Evil 7, which was too scary for me to continue playing. So, probably won't play 9. And that's what I got.
Just play the VR version.
I can
Surely
do
that's
horror
better.
movies. I can play horror games. I could not play a horror game in VR. There is no way. My heart might explode.
Dude, I freaked out on the YouTube video you showed me.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Village is pretty scary.
I'm pretty jumpy, though.
You are pretty jumpy. And that's okay.
Man, what did we see? A Quiet Place?
Mm.
I was jumping on, like, everything.
They got you?
Yeah, a lot. Even though that movie wasn't scary. It's like there is a crack of thunder, and I'm like...
Dude, we didn't talk about that at MaXXXine. Speaking of cracks of thunder, we're friggin' watching MaXXXine.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't even think about it. That it was the night before 4th of July.
So
People are lighting off fireworks.
Could you hear him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It legit sounded like friggin' someone had opened fire in the movie theater. It was horrifying.
Maybe
and then
maybe
Tyler and I
somebody was
were both
launching-
like trying to keep our cool, like checking. behind
yeah, we
us,
keep
like-
looking behind us because there's this lady at the end of the row who like she had her snacks down like by the side, and every time she would reach, her hand would cross the light,
and just
so I
that
would see
whole
something out of the
wall
corner
would
of my
just
eye.
shadow.
So I'd do this every time.
Sony bring fireworks into the theater?
No, they were
No,
just
no,
shooting
they
them in
were-
the neighborhood next to it, but they were loud enough that we were in one of the smaller theaters.
Yeah.
Were they the booms or the?
No,
It
no,
was
they're the booms.
But there was like do, and then I kind of heard some commotion in the lobby. I'm guessing they were just reacting to the fireworks.
Maybe, yeah.
But I was like, dog, that is not cool. So
Because
immediately
we were also really close to the lobby.
we were like the second theater off the lobby.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right,
To the right or the left?
to the left.
Dude, those are my favorite theaters besides the IMAX in the whole building. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
They're like small.
Yeah.
I saw Horizon
In
in
one of those.
Theater 3, I think, which is as close as you can get to the IMAX.
Mm.
That is my favorite theater
That's where I saw.
in the building.
That's where I saw Barbie.
I freaking love how small it is.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
But yeah, no, we survived.
We did.
I was like, all right, I see where the exit. There's an exit in our theater to get outside, and I was like, that's where I will go.
Did they do a thing at the theater? I'm curious I don't even know if this would be legal, but did they replace all the exit signs with exit
No,
no.
to promote MaXXXine?
that would probably be illegal, but also it would be great.
As long as the
marketing,
light's on, right?
It's-
I guess.
I guess. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Sweet. Luke, did you have a Fanbox question for this week, or did we go?
I have another one just in that I cooked. Well, I stole from another
Oh,
show, but
well,
Let's do it.
let's do it.
okay. This is from Friends Per Second.
Okay.
Somebody actually asked them, and then I stole it, and it is combine two games to make your perfect game.
Combine two games to make my perfect game.
So, in like maybe not like an aspect of one game, and then maybe like the setting of another.
I gotcha.
So, like, an example would be like Red Dead with Star Wars.
You would use Red Dead so that I can't use it.
Yeah,
You
I
monster.
did. That was very intentional.
You monster. Well, I'll say what I was gonna say.
Red Dead with Star Wars?
No, I was gonna say Red Dead with Destiny.
Oh, it's a looter?
Yeah,
Or-
with your friends in the Red Dead world. But now I can't use that.
No, you can.
Nope, I'm not going
I've
to.
just
I don't want to anymore.
I figured
Nope,
you were gonna
talk me
say
out of
Red
it.
Dead and Star Wars because we've brought up like
a
a
bounty hunter game.
build your own bounty hunter game, open world.
I think it'd be fun to make it like Destiny level looter in a Western setting. Would be really cool.
Every time a looter is announced now, I'm just like, it's not gonna work.
Well, good news. We'll talk about that later. Cause I got a commentary for you guys. Shoot, this is tough, but I kind of like this question because you can come up with some really cool things. Historically, my one has always been the Arkham games with a Ninja Turtle game. I just think those two things work really well together. But I want to do one different. I want to do. I would love to mash Doom,
What of Doom?
like
The energetic gameplay.
yes, like the super
Okay.
chaotic, fast-paced gameplay of Doom, with like the man, I don't even know, that wouldn't work. Yeah, I'll say it. I'd love to mash like Doom together with
Just say it.
it's happening, Skyrim. Like, because we're getting that. I mean, that's what the next Doom is kind of doing.
Yeah.
So like a medieval-ish
Doom kind of game.
Doom.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
would it be Doom is still guns? Would it be like swords and shields?
Yeah.
Is what you're kind of going for?
Or we could say Doom in the Division, where it's like the Division in hell. I think
Oh,
would be really
gosh.
cool.
Okay.
Maybe that's what the Division 3 is.
Dude, yes.
They're like, we're really taking a left turn on this one. I pointed right on my left turn.
So I'll say Doom and The Division. Final answer, because that would be insane.
That would be crazy.
I don't know. I don't know if
It's really hard to do,
It is.
but it's a fun exercise.
it is a fun exercise. I'm gonna throw out a video game that no one remembers. I think it was like a 2003 video game. It's called Lair. It was a PS3 dragon riding game.
Okay.
Very cool concept, poorly executed. And I just feel like I want that experience, like a dragon riding experience, and like mix it into a like Assassin's Creed-esque, like you can do the jumpy around and go fight and have that kind of gameplay, but then you can jump on a dragon and have that gameplay.
Question: do you have sex with people? Because it sounds like you're making a Fourth Wing video.
No.
Okay.
This is a T-rated game.
Okay. All right.
Boo!
I was just saying that's what it sounded like.
It sucks.
That's what it sounded like.
Dude, Fourth Wing checks off a lot of my boxes for like things that Brett likes.
There are definitely boxes checked in that book. Yes.
There's just we've talked about this, Tyler, that it's just a little on the.
I hate that book so much, dude. To the point where I've muted it in my book apps. I hate it so much.
Stephanie and I were talking about this concept because I don't feel like I see it that often, which is
I'm interested.
fantasy worlds that have dragons and dragon riders, but the dragons are really their own characters, right? Because we've been watching House of the Dragon, and it's like, well, what if Maelys was just like, no, I don't want to go fight Rhaegar because we're brothers or siblings. And I feel like Fourth Wing and that world has a little bit of that, where the dragons really are their own society, and it's just like, hey, we're partnering. They can say no.
That's the only cool part.
I
About
feel
that
like
book.
that's what I'm saying, is that like that was one of those things that really intrigued me with Fourth Wing, and
Yeah, and then they just don't do it.
they just don't. In the first one they don't do it. I don't know if they do it in the second one, but
I'm not.
you know
reading
what
the
it
second
did.
book.
You know what it did, Tyler.
They had lots of sex.
No. This whole conversation got me to finally open up and start reading Murtaugh over there.
Did you finish Paolini's other book?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm
The
in
space
my
one?
Yeah.
I'm in fantasy dragon phase right now.
You're gonna be there for a while.
I'm gonna be there for a while, but when that's done, I'll get back into sci-fi and I'll get
Over
into
under on
Fractalverse.
pages read in that book
Currently, or
before
finishing
he stops.
Before I stop, bro, I've started. You can't stop this
What page are you on right now?
snowball. I started today and I'm on like 50.
Ooh,
I don't
that's a
know
pretty
the
good
total
jump.
number of pages in it, so I'm just gonna say he gets 40% through.
Okay.
It's pretty
It's
big,
pretty big.
big font and big line spaces. So the pages go fast.
You'll finish it.
Yeah, that's right. I will.
You'll
I
finish it because it's a continuation of a book you read when you were 12.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I fully accept that explanation. That's accurate.
Yeah. So, Lair and what?
Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay.
One of the Assassin's Creed. I don't know which one.
The best one?
2?
Black Flag.
No, I'm just saying the best one.
The best-
Just
yeah,
leave
the
it
best
there.
one.
Everybody will be like, "Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed
2.
In their head, they'll be like, "Yeah, I
2
agree."
is my favorite.
I think you could do something with like, because it's dragon, it's riding it to have a very large map, and so I think something like Black Flag would allow you to use your dragon as a
Way to get around.
as a way of transportation, and then you could have specific areas that are built specifically for that kind of fighting. When then you have places where you need to dismount and get out, go down and do your little business on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
What do you mean by business? Define it.
Taking dumps.
Okay.
So rated M.
Yeah.
So there is sex.
What kind?
What if I
What
told
kind
you
of dumps
there's...
are you taking?
What if they're? Well, we said rated M.
Yeah, if it's gonna be rated M, I guess you might as well.
Yeah, you
put it
might
in
as
there.
well add it in there.
Okay, I guess so.
What if I told you there's a game called The Witcher? It's pretty close to what you're looking for.
Does it have dragon?
No, but it has
riding?
rideable companions.
I want dragons.
I mean, there are
Hey,
dragons.
whoa! Define rideable companions.
Well, there's a horse.
Does
Also,
it have,
it's
does it have
rated M.
sex?
This is
Yes.
rated M, so I need
Yes.
clarification.
There are naked women in it.
Oh,
Whoa.
no.
You can't play that.
There's naked men too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, at least it's not sexist.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, the opening shot of the game is Geralt naked.
Good for him.
Like this.
Ooh, good question. Wait, did you answer?
No,
He didn't give an answer
All
yet.
right. Yeah, you gave us a
I gave an
example.
example.
but what is your answer?
Mine is Baldur's Gate and Star Wars.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I like it.
Let me
It's pretty close to one of your favorite games ever, though, isn't it?
KOTOR?
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Okay.
KOTOR is turn-based, and you have to play as Revan. Spoilers. Let me choose a Wookiee bounty hunter. Let me choose a Twi'lek Jedi. Let
you
me
make your
choose
character,
a senator, and it'd be like a bard. Like I can talk my way out, and I can inspire.
politician, yeah.
Let me choose
A councilman.
maybe like a monster wrangler, and I can summon rancors or something. I don't know.
Ooh.
Your rogue is your bounty hunters.
I would say a bounty hunter is probably a fighter. But it wouldn't work the same though because
Yeah, you'd have to change rules.
and there'd be balancing because Jedi.
Yeah.
And then your
you could
subclass
just
could be: do I want to go Jedi or do I want to go Sith?
Or if you make it like a paladin, and if you break your oath as a Jedi, you have
Yeah.
to go Sith.
Yeah, actually, yeah, Paladin would be a Jedi.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
That'd be sick.
let me have that type of customization throughout the Star Wars world.
Larian,
Mainly because
make a phone call.
the
Make a phone
focus of Star Wars games is always on a Jedi, I feel like, outside of Battlefront, which is a multiplayer game
Yeah.
call. We got Outlaw
or
coming.
shooter.
That's why it's my favorite.
That one's your favorite?
It's a Brett hates single player games joke. Come on.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not
the,
funny if I had to explain it.
The original had a single player campaign, so both of them. Or the Battlefront 2 original.
Hey, both of all.
So did Battlefront 2.
all four of the Battlefronts are great. Yeah, further time.
No, I'm saying Battlefront 1 of the new one was cool at first, and then it's there's 4 maps.
Fair.
I've played Hoth 47 times this week.
And that was just the beta. But yeah, I want a super customizable Star Wars role-playing game.
That'd be
And
cool.
Baldur's Gate changed the way I view video games now.
Also, one of the best turn-based systems ever.
Yeah.
I
Good
like
answer.
That was also a thing
That is
about
good.
KOTOR. I guess I didn't think Baldur's Gate is turn-based as well, but KOTOR was only single player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the main thing was you had to be this character. It was more do I want to be a rogue, a soldier, or a
Not really fully
I don't remember what it's called.
customizable.
It's a soldier, scoundrel, and I think it's the pilot class. I don't remember. Never chose that one. It's always scoundrel. Anyway,
Anyways,
thank
I
you
like
for
it.
indulging me.
you're welcome.
Consider yourself indulged.
Oh,
Oh.
what is
All
that?
right, perfect timing here. Let's roll right into our weekly updates. Who wants to go first? Who had the least? Who did the least?
Probably me, but I have some pretty cool things to talk about.
Man, I only did really one thing that's worth mentioning.
Then you did the least.
And I started a book.
Proud of you.
I am watching multiple TV shows. Didn't finish any though, so don't need to talk about them. I went to the movies on Saturday and watched Despicable Me with my family. Despicable Me 4.
I'm sorry that you had to watch it with your family. No.
I'm sorry I didn't invite you. Luke. If you would have been there
I'm
and watched
not.
it with me, I would have enjoyed this more.
Not going to a kids movie on a Saturday afternoon.
That's not true. Hey, it was actually a pretty good audience experience. Kids weren't.
that's
The
nice.
kids were respectful.
There's two giant animated movies out right now. I just realized that. Inside Out and Despicable Me.
Oh, Inside Out.
Those are
Yeah.
both giant
Yeah.
movies, man.
Yeah. Inside Out. Inside Out's great. Despicable Me 4, not great. It really feels like they're scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of what are things we can reference.
Your least favorite thing.
Not inaccurate.
I'm surprised you gave it 2 stars.
They have
Just by that
had.
alone.
Claire enjoyed it, so like
Oh,
it
but
hits its like target audience pretty well. Less butt jokes in this one, not zero, but less. They're finally hopping on the superhero train. They're giving themselves a Fantastic Four
about
crew.
time. About time there was a Fantastic
of
Four in theater.
minions to go do their own little like side mission stuff for most of it.
Like the penguins.
They're
in
penguins. Yeah, they are.
Madagascar?
They are the penguins of Madagascar for sure.
You could just lay those movies over top of each other, and they're pretty much the same thing.
Not that. They're not that off. That's true. Characters are the whole like Gru family is like relocated for
Witness protection.
witness protection because
I haven't
like
seen this trailer or anything.
like despite like defeating and beating some of the most dangerous people in the world and just arresting this guy, now the guy's out of prison, like he jailbroke, and so like they gotta like why? I don't know. Anyways,
Because you need a 4th movie.
Because you need a 4th movie.
Or like a 7th. Isn't there 3 Minions movies too?
Yes, at least.
I don't
2,
think you
probably
understand
3.
how well I block these out of my head.
I remember
Anyways.
you hated the Minions movie.
I do hate that movie.
I typically hate
Never
the
seen it.
Minions movies more than the Despicable Me movies.
I've seen the
That
first
said-
Despicable Me.
None of them great. None of them great.
I remember kind of liking the first Despicable Me.
It's not-
but
it's
that's
not
the only
bad.
one I've seen. So.
It's not bad, but
Going to steal
I just think that it really does feel like a franchise that's out of any sort of new idea, and is just riffing on other things. Is really what it feels like.
And Prince money.
And it prints money.
You
so
know what?
they'll
Whatever
keep
it
doing
takes to keep movie theaters in business, we'll take it.
Yeah.
So I gave this 2 stars on Letterboxd. I give it a straight to streaming at home, and really that's only if you've got a kid. If you're older than 12, I wouldn't recommend it. So
Got it.
there's what I did.
Nice.
Very cool.
Did you watch a lot of stuff?
I watched 2 movies, so I can do 1 now. Don't spoil it.
Go ahead. Fire
The
away,
first
dog.
the first one the first one that I watched, I was really looking forward to, and it's Beverly Hills Axel F. Beverly Hills Cop 4. Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. I thought it was really good. I was really looking forward to it, and it still surprised me, I think. Not like blew me out of the water, but with how much fun it was.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy is amazing. That dude is so funny. And when he plays Axel F, I feel like he just has so much fun. There's so many scenes, and most of the time I feel like it's a chase scene where he's driving a snowplow, or he's driving a 3-wheeled golf cart. He's just like making fun of people, and he's riffing, and he's just talking, and I'm just sitting on my couch laughing
Dude,
because that dude is
those
hilarious.
are always great experiences.
The story is nothing that will change your life.
Darn, I was hoping this one would change my worldview.
I think it is a good story. It's it does the classic like, oh, my kid and I don't have a good relationship,
Yeah.
and I'm going back to where they live, and we have to solve this mystery together, and it's probably gonna also start to repair our relationship. You know, that's the story.
Yeah.
And you know what? It works.
Those feel good though.
Yeah. and it works good for the story too. Kevin Bacon was in my movie as well.
Yes!
All right.
Was he good in it?
He's fine.
Okay.
He doesn't have a huge role. I'll tell you what, though. The moment you see him, you know exactly what is up with his character.
Okay.
And the best part is my favorite thing about the movie is that Axel Foley immediately catches on to what he's doing. And it doesn't try and beat around the bush about who he is or try and trick you. He's just like, that's not quite right.
Yeah.
And it just, I appreciate that when the audience is gonna know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
I like it when the characters,
Know too,
have a
yeah.
brain and can figure it out pretty quick too, and it's them trying to prove it.
Yeah.
So I really appreciated that. Kevin Bacon was fine. He's serviceable. I don't really think outside of Eddie Murphy, anybody's really great.
But they're all fine.
They're all fine.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I haven't seen a Beverly Hills Cop movie in, I don't know, a bazillion years. Do I need to rewatch
No.
those to watch this one?
No.
Okay. Cool.
No. Should you though? Might be fun.
I was just saying they're worth a rewatch.
Like honestly,
every now
it
and
made
again.
me kind of want to watch the originals again because I love those movies.
They're fun.
I know everybody kind of trash talks the third one, but I remember liking it. I guess
Yeah.
it's because I was a kid when I watched it. I was
Right.
like, "Oh, R-rated. This is cool." I think I probably watched it on TV too. But what was I talking about? Oh,
We just
I was
finished up, yeah.
the classic characters that come back, dude. He'll probably always be one of my favorite characters in this movie. But Judge Reinhold's Billy Rosewood, dude, he's so funny. And he's like so obsessed with having the biggest gun possible in a firefight. Like ever since Beverly Hills Cop 2. I just love that through line of the movies. It's so great. Another new character was Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And I thought he was really good too.
I forgot he was in this.
I thought his character was really funny. I thought he fit in really well. I give the movie a fanboy worthy.
Nice.
I think it's very easily can recommend this. If you like a Beverly Hills Cop movie, I think you'll like this one. And if you haven't seen them, I think this is a fun action comedy.
Love it.
And you'll watch it for 2 hours and be like, wow, that was a lot of fun.
Sometimes you need those.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with those.
It was also really nice to hear the Beverly Hills Cop theme again.
Mm-hmm.
Dum, 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 dum. It's a great theme. It's ruined by a frog. But yeah, very worthy.
Cool.
Check it out. It's on Netflix.
What else did you watch?
I watched one of the most anticipated movies of the year, but I have to start this
Baby.
off with a question. What if John Wick loved bees?
He would make a Winnie the Pooh movie.
No, he will kill lots of people. That's what he's gonna do. I watched The Beekeeper, starring Jason Statham, directed by David Ayer. It's Rotten Tomatoes is
Pretty
fresh.
good. Yeah.
I don't remember what it is. I'm searching Rotten Tomatoes in IMDb. RottenTomatoes.com. I think it was like in the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, I remember it being fresh.
I remember when like it came out.
It came out pretty
Everybody's
hot.
like, "What?"
Yeah. Because it was a January movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody's like, oh, this movie's going to the dumps.
Yeah, 71%.
92 audience score?
Let me tell you, buddy, this movie is a bunch of fun.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
This movie starts off with Jason Statham keeping bees
Yeah.
or whatever. And you know the premise is what's her name? She's the mom from Bel Air. Where's the cast?
Right there.
Shoot. Felicia Rashad.
Okay.
She gets scammed and she unalives herself.
Oh, boy.
This is dramatic early on.
Yeah, it's Jason Statham just going on a rampage on the people that scammed her. And I kid you not, like, every time he talks to characters, he references bees. He's like, gotta keep the hive together. He's just trying to break into a place, and these army guys are like, how do we get in there? And he's like, if you can't get in there, you gotta smoke them out.
Oh, I
This is
love
on
it.
Prime, right?
It's on Prime. It's a MGM movie.
Okay.
So I think Prime just doesn't have to pay as much to put it on their service.
Yeah.
But the action is good. The story is bonkers. You start this movie and it starts off as a scam. Like the story, the movie isn't a scam, but it starts off, and where it ends, I kid you not, you have no idea where it ends. And it's like, there's no way they're gonna do this, right? And they do. It ramps up to 100 really quick.
That's awesome,
And
though.
like Jason Statham, or what is his character's name? Adam Clay. He does not take prisoners. Like, he won't kill the law enforcement, but like there's a dude who gets cut in half.
Oh my.
And I'm just like, that was way over the top. Like, this is no pun intended, one of the best B movies I've seen in a long time.
This sounds like a movie
Love it.
I would love.
This
I think you would. Like, and I love that
It sounds
takes
right up my alley.
It takes itself so seriously, and it works. And it was so much fun. I finished it, and I was just like, this is awesome.
Good for David Ayer
yeah.
to get a win.
That being said, outside of Jason Statham, nobody's good.
Oh darn.
Not even Jeremy Irons?
No.
Oh, that's weird.
He's not really in it that much.
Okay.
I'd say the next best person is Josh Hutcherson, who is the complete opposite of
Statham's character?
Statham. Statham's this cold, calculated, bee punning killer, and Josh
Does he
Hutcherson
kill anybody
is
with
this,
bees?
Like,
sting them to death?
he kills somebody with honey.
Oh
Yes.
my
Okay,
goodness.
I have to watch this movie.
He kind of kills him with honey. Like, I'm bringing up John Wick. Like, his little beehive squad is like a full-on John Wick continental group. Like, it feels like it's a direct rip-off of John Wick. They just went with this really weird bee theme. And, like, oh my gosh. It was so much fun. I hope you watch it, Tyler, because I really do think
This
you'll
sounds
like it.
awesome.
Yeah, it was great. I'm leaning towards like a high Matthew McConaughey
Okay.
or a low fanboy worthy.
Give it a low fanboy word.
I'll give it a low
Yeah.
fanboy.
It sounds like
I
you're a
only
blast.
gave it 3 stars on Letterboxd.
That's okay.
Mainly because like some of the performances are not good, and you're just watching them act, and you're kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, let's get to the action.
We want to kill more people.
But thankfully, the next scene is Jason Statham entering a facility and just, going crazy.
Going ham.
This sounds so awesome.
You have permission to leave right now, but anybody stays, I'm killing you. The people like don't let their employees leave. You're like,
Oh no. Oh no.
It was a ton of fun.
Nice.
So I'm really glad I watched it. If you're looking, oh dude, this guy Lazarus, thickest South African accent I've ever heard in a movie. Could barely understand him. Thank goodness there's subtitles.
That's awesome.
But yeah, ton of fun.
Sweet. I'm going to have to add it to my list to watch this week while I'm waiting for EA Sports College Football to come out.
Plus it's not long. I think it was only like an hour 40.
I was going to say, it seems like a movie that wouldn't be much more than an hour.
They don't
and a
really
half.
beat around the bush. It's kind of like, let's make an action movie. Dude, I want a sequel so bad to it, though.
I think it's getting one.
I'm
What?
Googling it right now.
I think it is.
Wrong B movie. I want the good one. Beekeeper 2? I'm still waiting for the Beekeepers 2 announcement. That was 3 days ago from Screen Rant.
Maybe not. I thought it got.
Oh, come on.
Do you want David Ayer?
If the Meg 2 happened, Beekeeper 2 can happen, right? Oh my gosh, I need these movies to intersect. I need the Beekeeper to like be a prequel to the Meg or something.
That's just
In the Meg 3, he's gonna kill a giant sharktopus with bees.
Yes.
Well, cool. Anything else?
Just the weekly Acolyte, House of the Dragon, Isekai, My Adventures with Superman. I'm watching a lot of shows right now.
Nice.
Acolyte is bad again.
Sucks after it was good for a week.
Had its moment, and then it had an episode that meant nothing and did nothing for no character. So
Like waves on the ocean, they rise and they fall.
there's only been one wave in this show. It's gone up once and it went back down immediately.
Short wave. Small
Small
wave.
wave. Like
Well-
I accidentally turned on the wave pool and immediately turned it off.
Somebody bumped into the button. They were
Like,
like, oh, no.
Oh no!
We're not open yet.
Waste an energy. Oh my goodness. Turn that off. We're closed.
Well,
House of Dragon rips right now though.
Agreed. It is awesome.
Show's
nice. So I'll jump into what I did real quick because I played 2 games this week. One new, one came out in 2021. I'll start with the new one because it's topical. We watched a trailer called Afraid earlier. Game is or movie centered around AI in a house, and I will say that this game, The First Descendant, was made by said AI. I've never played a game that I feel like was a prompt to an AI generator. That's what this game feels like. It's a looter shooter, third person. Honestly, feels kind of good to play. Like the gameplay doesn't feel bad.
Yeah.
It's
It's important for a game.
Yeah. I mean, the gameplay doesn't feel bad. So I initially played it on my PlayStation. I played it for like 30 minutes and then I uninstalled it. I was like, I'm not doing this. And then Lepke texted me and was like, hey, I tried that out. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, cool. I'll hop on there and play it because I'm in a gaming lull. I've told you guys this individually outside of the show, but I was like, I'll play it. Like, it'll be fun to play with Lepke. And I got on and we played for 45 minutes last night. And I just was appalled.
having it.
I was just appalled by this game. Like, it feels fine to play, but, like, you don't have to think. Enemies die so fast. Like, you're just like, psh,
I've heard the story is awful.
let me tell you, I skip every cutscene. I watched the first cutscene and I was like, nope, not gonna watch this. This is stupid, dumb. Don't even.
Dude, but it's Unreal Engine 5 next gen.
It looks pretty. Give them that. Stories, whatever. I don't care about it.
That's just the excuse I keep hearing. They're like, this is one of the only next gen games because it's an Unreal Engine
'cause it's
5.
on-
We'll give
Unreal
you
5.
Hellblade 2.
Much better game.
Good story. Any Hoosers. So I played for a little bit. It has all the things that I would like. Third person, shooter, looters, hit or miss for me. But honestly, like, the thing that I keep coming back to is it feels like it was made by AI. The mission acceptance screen is the same as Destiny's. The movement, worlds, environments are just like Warframe. The characters you get just like you do in Warframe. It just feels like they plugged in Destiny and Warframe. Got it.
Have you
Here's
seen
your game?
Paul Tassi put out an article today about all the logos and symbols that
Yeah.
are in First Ascendant and how they look exactly like the symbols in Destiny.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Dude, it legit feels like it's made by AI. Like, if anything else, download it and play it for 20 minutes. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is insane. I would also add, this is my B point here, it is like the TikTok of video games. You go to a mission start little thing, it's on the ground, it looks like the thing in Patrols. A little spike,
little pole with a
Yep.
little icon.
Yep.
on
It's
it.
it's like the Dune
Yeah,
worm
it's
collar.
like the worm collar, yeah.
Yeah.
So you run up and you it hovers a little menu thing like in the Division. The Division has that.
Destiny does
Destiny
that
does
too.
that
They
too,
added
yeah,
that
yeah.
with Lost
Yep.
Sectors.
Yeah, it pops up and then it says mission time. And I was like, oh, interesting. 3 minutes or less. Everything.
Whew.
Everything. We did their equivalent of a strike in 6 minutes. First one in the game. 6 minutes. I didn't even see the boss. Because somebody in the group got to it before I could get there and killed it. I was like, what are we doing?
That was probably a Destiny player. They love sprinting through stripes.
It's just mind-boggling. And, like, I know, look, there's people who are going to love this game. And there's an audience for it. Like, I think it's got some things. I think it's pretty looking. And I think it feels mostly good to play.
Has waifus.
Has waifus.
That's why it's in third person.
It's got a battle pass.
I saw that pointed out to. I don't know when it was, but it was like, why are there so many third person shooters now?
Mm-hmm.
Skins.
Yeah.
So you can see your character's butt.
Yeah. Stellar Blade. Yep. But here's my scorching hot take on this game. And I believe
Game of the
it's
year.
no.
That would be a scorching hot take.
That
No.
would be scorching.
But it is I believe this is scorching hot. There's a game that came out earlier this year. Got a lot of crap. Third person looter shooter. Kind of occupies the same space. And I've played it. And that is Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. And that game
I
feels
thought
like
for sure it was going to be College Football 25.
no, that's not how you. This game compared to that, like I think Suicide Squad feels like a fantastic game compared to the first Descendant. I think the gunplay feels better. It's characters I care about. It doesn't feel like it's an AI script generated. Like there's a story, whether you like it or not. It still feels like they put time into it. The character models are better. Their voices line up. Like in this, the voices don't line up. Like apparently there's voice actors. I don't believe it. I think they paid people to say their voice. I truly cannot believe that this is not being investigated. Like
Shipped as is type of
it's
thing.
insane. But like
Isn't MaXXXine kind of known for making
Yes.
the
gotcha games and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what this is. And if you love this and you want to give something else a chance, and it's super cheap, the Suicide Squad game feels much better to play. And it's in a DC world, so if you like superheroes, probably going to like it.
Yeah.
In some capacity. I had a lot of fun with Suicide Squad until I beat the story, and then I was like, yeah, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
No, it is I think the biggest thing that turns me away from the first Ascendant, besides almost everything about it. But I watch people play it because all the Destiny streamers are playing it right now.
Trying it out just to get views.
Well, and they're
Yeah.
probably getting paid to play it, too. Promote
But
it.
it's the sound.
Yeah.
And this was a big problem for Call of Duty for me for a while. Is
Like
the
the
guns
guns.
sound like plastic.
Yeah.
And every time I see somebody playing that game, I hear what I think is the same gun every time.
Well, let me tell you, every gun has the same reload animation, too.
Nice.
The LMG, 107 bullets. Guess how you reload that baby? We're moving. Just it's crazy. It's crazy. I legit think it was made by AI. I think they just plugged it into a generator. Obviously, you can't do the whole thing from AI, but I think there's a large chunk of this game.
Maybe the bones or fill in the gaps.
Yeah, it's insane, and I don't know. It's something to spend some time on. Like if you want to just do something mindless and listen to a podcast, I think it's perfect for that because you don't think about it.
Yeah.
And every mission is structured almost the exact same. Go to point A, do this thing, drop this thing in a bucket. Go to point B, do the same thing.
Oh, that's
Run
why.
around, touch each thing. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, you're done. Shoot this guy who has a little more health than the other things that you're going to kill in 4 seconds. Mission over. Look, change your modules around. Go back, do it all over again. Like it's just it's a mindless game. It's the TikTok of video games. But you got a question?
No, it's just I was gonna say if I want to do something mindless in a game right now, I'm just gonna do what I've been doing, which is play Destiny. Because something me and Brett did was we did the exotic mission finally.
Yeah. We did.
And you can farm that in the Pale Heart. And since I'm primarily a solo player most of the time, I just run around there and open chests and do overthrow.
And listen to pods or
And
YouTube videos.
I'll have Netflix on or something and
Yeah.
watch a show that, like, maybe I have some vested interest in, but not the most.
Yeah.
Podcasts, music, sports, a lot of times.
Yeah.
There's not really sports right now, but...
There's baseball. But...
Olympics are coming up.
Dude, I cannot
Olympics.
freaking wait for the Olympics.
Dude, I have
Those
Peacock
cannot
this
get
year.
here.
I got Peacock this year. I'm so pumped. I'm gonna watch so much Olympics. Luke and I are gonna be texting about the Olympics all the
Dude,
time.
I cannot wait.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's my favorite sport.
Yeah.
I think I've realized that, like, probably the last Summer Olympics, I was like, yeah, I care way more about this, I think, than the NBA and the
Yeah.
NFL. Like, I'm invested in the dude from Cameroon who's playing volleyball or something. Like, yeah, let's go. I don't know who you are, and I'm rooting for you because your story's cool or whatever. But anyway, yeah. I've playing my.
I would say stick with that.
Yeah. At least I have I'm investing too because there's random rolls on the class items. And that's kind of a whole other thing right now too in Destiny. Lots of people are complaining about the drops for that.
Lots of people are complaining. That's not new.
Yeah.
That's par for the course.
But I think it's funny because I had like an hour before church on Sunday and I was like, you know what? I'll go run around the Pale Heart for a little bit. I got 3 in an hour.
Wow.
And then I get on Twitter and they're like, the drop rate is so bad. You only get 1 every 2 hours. And I'm like, what am I doing that is better than your macro?
You're not streaming it.
Yeah.
That's right, baby.
They intentionally punish streamers.
I think it's just because I actually do overthrow.
Probably.
That's a side conversation.
The
I actually do what you're supposed to do in
event.
the Pale Heart.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
all that to say, First Descendant, not great.
Yeah.
But
Were you interested in it before, or did you just kind of?
no, again, I'm in this weird gaming lull where like I just don't want to play anything because I just want to play college football. Like I am just dying to get my hands on it. And
Hey, hit me up. We'll play Remnant for like an hour. Or so.
that's not a bad idea, honestly.
We'll go kill a boss.
I love it. That's a great idea.
We gotta get.
I've actually been trying to. This is one of the other things I did. This is not the other game I was teasing earlier, but I'm working on the platinum for Spider-Man 2, and that's been really fun to do. I've really enjoyed getting back into that game and kind of running around and do things.
I still need to play that.
I'm at 71% right now, so moving along pretty well, and really not taking a ton of time to do it. So I'm enjoying that. But the other thing I did, and this is a really, really nice surprise for me. 2021, Metroid Dread came out. It's been kind of on my radar on the peripheral for a long time. I've really wanted to play it, but I've just never wanted to pay $60 for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this weekend, we were at Target, and it was on clearance.
Ooh.
And I saw it. There's only one of them, and I was like, I don't know if this is a mistake or what, but I'm buying it. I'm taking it. I'm going to Dana, and I'm saying, we're buying this game.
You can always take it to the register if it's marked more. You can be like, oh, I thought that was cheaper, and you just leave it.
Yeah, that's what I would have done if it had rang up at $60. But it rang up at 30, and I was like, okay, I'll do 30. That's fine. Guys, this game is awesome. It's so good. I've never played a Metroid game, and obviously this one's very different from the Metroids that you like.
It's
Prime.
it's a side.
It's more like I think the old school Metroid game.
Like it's 2D, but
it's
still
there's
the
exploration.
Metroidvania,
Yeah. Oh man, it's so fun, and like one of the things that I've never really known about until now is you can't get stuck in a Metroid game in the traditional sense of like you may not know where to go, but you can always get where you're supposed to go, if that makes sense. And I just think that's such a cool thing in the exploration of this game. There are certain areas where it's like you don't need to kill this thing, you need to evade this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's not like every other game where you're like, oh, I just have to kill everything. Like no, you have to like think and do things and hide and use your abilities, and it's just so fun to play. I just can't stop thinking about it. Yeah. It is like what I want to play when I decide I'm going to play something.
Wasn't it up for Game of the Year?
I believe it was. If you're a fan of Metroidvanias, I'd say Hollow Knight is probably a pretty good comparison for it. Give this game a shot. It's really, really fun. And the graphics are great. No frame drops. The boss fight I've done, like the boss fight or two I've done, are really fun. The abilities, it's just so cool. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. I expected to like it.
Yeah.
But like as soon as I started playing it, I was like, dude, this is awesome. The music's great.
Won Best Action Adventure.
Oh man, so deserving. And I've played like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Short game. I think it's like 6 to 8 hours. So like I'm a fourth of the way through it. being conservative there.
I
But
feel like a lot of the Metroid games are
pretty short.
relatively short, depending on how well you can navigate it
Yeah.
and fight too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did get kind of lost for a bit, but I found like this elevator to this other region, and I got there and I was like, what do I do? Because I tried to leave that room and I was like dying because of the environment. I was like, I don't have anything to get through here. So then I was like, why is that wall red? I'm gonna shoot it with a missile, and it blew up, and I was like, oh, there's a whole other path. And then I just start going down this other path. I'm like, man, this game is awesome. It's so fun, and like the mysteries just continue to unfold as you're playing it because you're investigating this planet.
Dude, it's so awesome in the Metroid games when you like feel stuck.
Yeah,
And then eventually, like, maybe on the map you see a green door and you're
Yep.
like, I haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
So you go through and you find, like, the new bomb or gun or whatever.
an ability, and
And
you're
it's
like,
like-
okay,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is how I get out of
now
here.
I know
Yeah.
where to go. I gotta shoot it with the ice weapon,
Yep.
of course.
Yep.
It's also, I'm curious how you'll react when you move it into a 3D world. Since you
Yeah,
haven't
so
played a Prime game.
you have Prime remastered, right?
Yeah.
Physically.
Yes.
So I want to borrow that at some point.
It's yours, buddy. You
I
can play it.
I want to beat Dread first, but and Dread's perfect because it's it's on my Switch, so I can sit on the couch and play it. Like with college football, I can only play that in the basement. So like if I'm upstairs with the girls or something and they're playing, I can play it. Or
Yeah.
before bed, I can play it for a little bit. Like it's just so easy to stick with.
I'm curious what you'll do.
And it
when
feels
you do
great
play,
on the Switch Joy-Cons too, which is rare for me. So
I'm curious how Prime would feel. Because, like, I couldn't play it handheld.
I have the big.
I have to use a Pro controller.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have my big controller that I would probably play that with, or I have the controller-sized Joy-Cons that I'll slap on there and probably play it with that too.
If I played my Switch more, I'd probably get those.
Yeah, I play mine a decent bit.
My big freaking hands, dude.
Yeah.
They do not fit on those tiny little Joy-Cons. That's the only bad thing about the Switch. I don't care about frames or power, quality, like all that stuff is whatever.
The Joy-Cons suck.
But the Joy-Cons are garbage. What were they thinking? You had the perfect controller already made.
Best Buy had some third-party Switch controllers on sale.
That are like GameCube?
No, they had those too, but these were just like, I don't know what brand they were. I can show you they're out there, but the wireless one was on sale for like $20, and the wired controller was on sale for $5. So I was like, I don't care how bad this is, I'm gonna get it.
That's the armor in this game.
Dude, it looks so
It's so sick.
Samus's armor is probably one of the coolest
Whoa,
looking
let me see, let me see,
designs
let me see.
in any video game ever.
It's so good looking, dude.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
think it was like episode 30 or something that we did on the show. We were still audio only, but we did
Best armor.
no. We
Favorite.
did franchises or like IPs in a different medium than they're already in. The one at the top of my list, I'm pretty sure, maybe not the top, but it was on it, was a Metroid anime.
Dude, it'd be so sick.
Yeah.
I
It's
definitely,
perfect.
I definitely understand a little bit more now the allure of Metroid.
Yeah.
I also didn't know what a Metroid was. I now know what a Metroid is.
Jellyfish.
Dude, it's so good. So
They come,
cool.
jellyfish will come and suck you.
Yeah.
It hurts.
But then you get cool powers.
Super cool. Super cool.
Is Ridley in that game?
Not that I've seen, no.
Ridley's so cool. I love the design of Ridley too.
That's the dragon, right?
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, hey, thanks for sharing what you guys were up to this week. Yeah, good number of reviews this week, and
Go home and play Dread after
We're-
this.
I'm gonna go watch The Beekeeper.
Luke's gonna put the Beekeeper on repeat. Until next week, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see ya.